Polyrhythms. What does polyrhythm mean? Well, poly means more than one. So polyrhythm means that I'm going to play two different rhythms at one time. Standard and basic, 3 against 2, 3 against 4, which seems to be used many, many times in different musical situations. I'm going to explain my approach, how I teach 3 against 2 and 3 against 4. Now, what you need to understand is a formula which is established and a rule. 3 against 2. What I do is I multiply 3 times 2, which equals 6. And what I do is, how am I going to play 3 notes and 2 notes equally inside of the 6 count? So I'm establishing the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if I want to play the 3 inside of the 6 equally, it will be every other count, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now that's establishing my 3. Now how do I establish the 2? Inside of that count of 6, equally against the 3. So I would say every third count would equal the 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I played my left hand 3 and my right hand 2, I'm going to have this situation. Just remember, when you're doing a polyrhythm, on the count of 1, both hands or both voices will play together. 1. Okay? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now that's the mechanics, and that's the approach I take. Now, in reality, what I'm doing musically is I'm playing an eighth note triplet with one hand and eighth notes with the other hand, which establishes the polyrhythm 3 against 2. It does come in different formations, but this is the one that we're talking about right now. Eighth note triplets with one hand, eighth notes with the other hand. Now, we established how to make 3 beats and 2 beats equal inside of a downbeat. Remember, on the count of 1, they both come down together. That's establishing my downbeat. Okay? Now, I go a little further and I break down musically. It's a triplet against the eighth note. An eighth note triplet with one hand and eighth notes with the other hand. So, in my past videos, I've mentioned my counting systems that I use for eighth note triplets. Now, I count eighth note triplets as 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the. Now, I'm going to break down the triplet because occasionally I will count the triplet as, instead of 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the, I count it as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. That gives me the 3. But now I'm establishing my downbeat with my foot, or the pulse is on the count of 1 of the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So what I'm actually doing musically is I'm playing quarter notes with the foot, the bass drum, and I'm playing 3 with my left hand. So technically you could say that's 3 against 1. But I'm establishing my downbeat. So now I establish the 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now how do I get the 2 equal inside of that? I kind of open up the count now, instead of counting 1, 2, 3, and this might take a form of, you can think of 3/8, but the end result is an eighth note triplet against eighth notes and 4/4. I'm going to open up the counts of 3 as instead of 1, 2, 3, I'm going to count 1 and 2 and 3 and. So I need to establish the pulse and the 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now, how do I get to 2? Okay, we've established the fact that both hands or both notes come down on the count of 1. So we're establishing 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now I need to get to 2. So it's going to be, I'm counting 1 and 2 and 3 and, so it's going to be on the end of 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now while I'm doing that, I'm going to play the 3 in that part with the 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. I'm demonstrating it as my left hand playing the 3, my right hand playing the 2. But you could play it any place that you like with any voices that you like. But this is just a description or an explanation or an approach. Now, the 3 against 2, eighth note triplets, eighth notes, quarter note with the foot. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Again, I'm counting 1, 2, 3 as the triplet. 1. I'll open it up. 3 as 1 and 2 and 3, and to get the 2 equally. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now that becomes a little tricky because once you feel that, understand how it flows, you need to turn the metronome on. I'm not going to do that now. I'm just explaining my approach to how I do 3 against 2. The next one I want to do is 3 against 4. Now musically, the way I think of that is an eighth note triplet with my left hand and a grouping of 4/16ths with my right hand. And again, the math comes in. 3 times 4 equals 12. Now, I'm not going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You can, but man, that's a lot of counting. So what I do is I take the triplet as I was playing as 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I open that up again for the 2, the 3 against 2, which would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now, if I want to establish the 4, I'm going to open up the count a little bit more. I'm going to count, instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and, I'm going to count 1E and the 2E and the 3E and the 1E and the 2E and the 3. 1E and the 2E and the 3E and the 1E and the 2E and the 3. That establishes my 3, and it opens up the count to get 4 strokes against that equally. So what is my next part for the 4? How I'm dividing it, how I'm subdividing it. It would be 1E and the 2E and the 3E and the. Again, nice and slow. 1E and the 2E and the 3E and the. Together, I'm going to play the 3 with the left hand and the 4 with the right hand. Nice and slow. 1, E, and the 2, E, and the 3, E, and the 1, E, and the 2, and sorry, the again. 1, E, and the 2, E, and the 3 E, and a little bit more, a little faster, 1 E and the 2 3. Here we go. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 1. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 1. So that's my approach, my beginning of explaining or learning 3 against 2, 3 against 4. Again, 3 against 2, that's 3 against 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3 against 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. I apologize for the little mistakes I made. It is extremely difficult to play this, explain it at the same time without disrupting the flow of the pattern. So I do apologize. So if you need sheets on this, you need to email me or friend me on Facebook, and I will supply sheets. You know, one. Now I'm doing the 3 with the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, or the left. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3 against 4. Next video, I perhaps will explain 5 against 2. So I hope this really helps understanding a little bit better my approach to teaching and entering 3 against 2 and 3 against 4. Thank you.